If I can do it, you can do it, you can do it, and you can do it too. The number one fear in life is not death, it's the fear of public speaking. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guest. This is my story. Let's go back in time. I'm a 7-year-old little girl, and I love people. I'm very happy, I'm very outgoing, I'm a fun-loving kid. My class is having a play, and my teacher asked me to fill in for a classmate. I go home, and I ask my parents, and my father says yes, he'll watch my baby sister Lisa. My mother takes me to the play, and before I go backstage, she says to me, "Now, Francine, remember, you must speak slowly, clearly, and distinctly. Do you understand me?" "Oh, yes, Mommy." And I go backstage for my classmates and my teacher. Everybody is so excited and happy. My teacher hands me a piece of paper, and on that paper is my one line. It's the last line in the play. I put it in my hand, but I'm not going to need it. I know I'm not. The play starts, and everybody speaks so great. When it comes time for me to speak, I open my mouth, and nothing comes out. And then my heart starts to beat faster and faster and faster. And I can't even open my hand to read that one line. Finally, I have to say something. So I say, blah, 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 blah. Everybody laughs. I run, the curtain comes down, I run off the stage. My teacher follows me, she comforts me, and she said I made the play very funny. I go in the audience to find my mother. She's nowhere to be seen. Finally, I see her sitting in the corner with her hands over her face. So I go over and I say, "Hi, Mommy." And she says to me, "Go away from me. You have embarrassed and humiliated me. You've made a fool of me." And she gets up and she walks out and she leaves me there. And there I am, frozen in fear, a terrified little girl. No longer a happy little girl, no longer wanting to be an actress. I can't even raise my hand in school to ask a question. And that's where I stayed for many, many years until I met my husband Bill, a very friendly, a very outgoing, a very happy person who could speak to anyone on anything. He could even talk to the trees, and you know what? The trees would bend down and answer him. We then had our 2 daughters, Sharon and Debbie, and I made sure that they never had that fear of public speaking. And you all know my daughter Sharon. She is a wonderful speaker here at Toastmasters. After a while, I had friends, and my friends asked me to go to Adelphi University to take a class in ESP, Extrasensory Perception. So I went, and the teacher was a lovely woman. She wanted us to write a story about a celebrity. We had to choose one. So I picked Joe Namath, a football player, and I wrote the story. And my teacher loved it. She put it in her newsletter. So now I'm a writer, and I was really happy about that. A few weeks later, I went on a vacation to California, and I was in the spa having a spa service. And the esthetician there asked me what I did. Well, naturally, I was very proud. I told her about my story. And she said, "Funny, my daughter's also a writer, and she's the next town from you. Why don't you look her up? Maybe she can help you get your story published." Hey, this was fabulous. So I went back home, and I looked up her daughter Simone, and we got along very, very well. Yes, she was a writer. She was a writer for a newspaper. And she was working on getting a television show. A new cable company had come to town, the Adams Russell Cable Company. She asked me if I would work with her. Would I work with her? Well, of course, this was a great opportunity to work with do a television show. So we started to collaborate, and a few weeks after, she had to back out. So she said to me, "Listen, Francine, you've done a lot of work. I'm going to give you the program director's name. Think of an idea on your own." So she gave me the name, and I thought to myself, well, this is like a turning point in my life. Maybe people would like to hear other people's turning points. So I went home, and I told my husband what happened, and he said, "Yes, call up the program director, but do not tell him your idea. We'll go down together." So we went down, and I told the program director, his name was Ali Eberhardt, my idea, and he loved it. Next thing you know, I was the host, the producer, the writer, and the public relations for a television show called Turning Point, and I had never spoken to anybody in my life. I was so excited and happy, not thinking eventually I'll have to speak if I'm going to be the host. Now I had to put together a show, but I needed guests. So the first person I thought of, I had a very good friend, Virginia D'Ambra, a world-famous faith healer, one of the few recognized by the Catholic Church, and she's spoken to thousands and thousands of people. So she agreed to come on. She also was a nurse. She came on with a medical doctor and a fireman she cured of lung cancer. So before the show, we were all very excited and happy. We held hands, and then Virginia prayed over each one of us, and then we drank some wine. And then I sat down in front of 3 cameras, and then I wanted to die. If somebody would have said, "We'll take a gun and shoot you," I'd said, "Please." I was getting ready to run when the program director goes, 3, 2, and I had to speak. So I opened my mouth, and nothing comes out. Oh my God, I'm 7 years old again. I'm 7 years old. And then my heart starts beating faster and faster and faster. And I hear Virginia in the background going, "Praise God, praise God, praise God." And then the words flowed from my lips, and I was able to speak. And that was the beginning of a magnificent journey that has led me to television, meeting celebrities, and even meeting President Bill Clinton. And I'm very, very happy what transpired. My book is now also on the Amazon Kindle and the iPad and the Nook, and it's all over the world. And all I can say is, if I can do it, you can do it too.